All right, as the topic sounds, I got a new job in the NHS after over 100 applications, like more than 100 applications. I don't think you understand what I'm saying. Like, you sit down, you submit these applications one after the other, you count 1 to 100. Yes. This is the very first congratulatory email, message, and phone call. All right, just in case you're seeing this beautiful face for the first time, my name is Blessing of Blessed Blessing channel. On this channel, I share information about things happening here in the United Kingdom, my life in the United Kingdom, information that will keep you updated, UK immigration news. Because as a migrant, as a resident, it's quite important that you know what is happening around you. The reason why you should consider subscribing to this channel if you have not done that already. As you do that, like this video, share with your friends. I know it's going to be a long one, but I think it's worth it. If you can just get yourself a glass of water, a glass of drink, relax wherever you are watching me. Because on today's video, I am going to share with you guys my experience from the first day of dropping this particular application to, receiving my contracts. Yes, I got my contract, the employment contract. And, that's why I felt like I think this is the right time for me to share this, if you understand what I mean. After you have sat down a couple of times, you have dropped different applications, like you have sent your CVs, you have to restructure the CV, and they were not just working. I think that most of these things happens when God has destined it to be, because for the past 1 year, I've been wanting to get into the NHS, to be honest, because NHS is a broader organization. Of course, my job, I currently love what I was doing. But yeah, I wanted to experience the NHS, to be honest. So I've been putting up a couple of applications and they always come back with unfortunate email. So at some point, I was like, Blessing, I think that's it. Just concentrate on your job. Forget about NHS job. It's not just coming, can't you say? So I lost interest at some point. But I don't just know what happened. This particular one is the very first interview I'm going for this year, to be honest. Just a few months ago, I regained the interest. What even prompted that? I can't remember precisely, because those periods I was pushing, I literally sat on my bed like every night submitting applications. I gave myself a target of 5 applications each night. So that was what I did, but honestly, I was getting interview invite. I'm not gonna lie, I got a couple. If you're talking about someone that have gotten like higher number of interview invite, I think you are looking at that person. There was a time in 1 week I was attending over 2 or 3 interviews, NHS interviews. Far distance, like I literally boarded a train. Yeah, attending NHS interview. And I got back. I was told, sorry, you didn't make it. I almost cried my eyes out that evening. But yeah, and these jobs that I had been applying for, they were lower grades, to be honest, but I just wanted to just get in, compare with the qualifications I got. But unfortunately, I wasn't just getting the jobs. So not until I think this particular one, I submitted the application. I can't remember the exact day, but I know very well that I submitted this application in March this year. So I went for the interview on the 7th of April. That was when I did my interview. And to be honest with you, from the point of the interview, I don't know, but I think I knew I was getting that job. There are some interviews that you go for. It's something that happens, okay? From the conversation, you already know that, these people, they could call you. But even in few occasions, you still find out that you are not being called, even when you had already made up your mind that, oh, I think I did well on this interview and they could actually call me. But yeah, I had a couple of them in the past. But this particular one, I was so confident. I don't know why. I was so confident that I think this is it. So on getting there, I met an old customer. Yes, that I had worked with previously, and she was just all over me. Like seeing me after several years, she was like, "Oh, Blessing, is this you? Where have you been?" And the interviewers were just like, they were literally looking at us. So this lady was just all over me. "Blessing, how have you been?" So I had a conversation with her, before going into the interview room. Because she was still all over me, they gave us a couple of time to finish our, exchanging pleasantries, because this person was not just leaving me, like she was all over me. So they were watching. I think they observed some things from there. So after that conversation with this person, I went in for the interview, and the person that came out to call me, that met me with this service user that I had worked with before, was like, do you know this lady? I said, yes, I've been with her for a couple of years. So, and I don't know if that facilitated me getting this job. I'm not too sure, but I think it could be part of it. So on getting to the interview room, they asked me a couple of questions, which I had told you guys on this video. Yeah, if you have not watched that, you can see that. So after that, I left. The next day, I was just there in the morning, getting ready for work, and my phone rang. "Hello, is this Blessing?" I said, yes. "Oh, you're speaking to so and so person. I interviewed yesterday, and I am here to ask you a couple of questions." So immediately I heard a couple of questions. I said, yeah, okay, go on. The first question she asked was about my immigration status and all of that. And I told her, of course, I have full right to work in the United Kingdom. So she asked about COS, the only COS. I gave my answers. And then, from the conversation, I could sense that, oh, I think that is it. So I was a little bit anxious, to be honest, because, I don't know, I started sweating. Oh my God. So she now said, okay, no worries, I'll ring you back. I'll have a conversation with my colleagues and get back to you. So I was like, oh God, please don't allow the colleagues to, to just discourage her or something. So I was just praying within me. I said, God, if it's my job, please let it be. Let your will be done. I think I've done my best. So throughout the day, she didn't ring back until I think few minutes past 4 in the evening. And the first call was in the morning, like within the hours of 9 and 10. So she rang back towards evening. Then I was at home. So when she called, I was like, hiya. Same voice. I was, oh God. If you understand what I mean. So she said, yes, I have had a conversation with my colleagues and we are happy to offer you the role. Oh my God. Oh my God. To be honest, I can't even express how I reacted. I was in the office. I was trying to keep low, but I cannot just remember how. I can't express it. I was so excited. I was like, really? Are you giving me the job? She said, yes. I know you're happy. I can feel it. I said, thank you. God bless you. Oh my God. So that was it. So that was how I got the job. And we started doing pre-employment checks. And that's another stage because conversation happened on the 9th of April. I got my conditional offer on the 10th, the next day. I had a delay in the referencing for a couple of weeks. I think it was up to 1 month before all the references were complete. They came back positive, and then I received my unconditional offer. So when I got my unconditional offer I don't know, I was so excited, and I'm like, okay, now they have told you to give them a start date. So what I did was to arrange for a meeting with my manager. Is it ward manager they call it, or line manager? So I had a meeting with her. She invited me to her office, and my unit is not far from my location. So I went there. She introduced me to the team. They were all lovely, honestly. So, and she took me around. Oh my God, it's a lovely place, honestly. So I had a conversation with literally everyone that we were around at that time. Just for my introduction that she'll be joining the team, and they introduced by role. So after that, I was actually looking forward to receiving my employment letter. That's my employment contract, but it wasn't coming. And I had already resigned, because after that meeting, on that conversation, we agreed for a start date. Like, I told her that this is the date I want to resume, and I think we had a conversation around it, and she was like, is this the time you're looking at? I think since this is the time you're looking at, it might not be that exact day, but it should be the next induction. You know how this thing works, because we have to go through induction. So it should be the next induction period within that area. And I think that should be like 2 weeks after the date I gave. So I said, that's fine, no worries. And then after that conversation, I went back home. I got my contract, the employment contract. So what I have to tell you now is that if you have been applying for NHS job and it has been coming down to negative feedback, like you have been receiving so many unfortunate emails, please do not give up. Yeah, it's real. I just got it. You can actually get it. The only thing I will encourage you to do is to be consistent. Yeah, keep on registering your applications. Don't give up. And yes, continue with the interviews. Even if they come back negative, do not give up. Okay. Also, request for feedback. Yes, feedback helps. So if you get any negative interview, ask for feedback, and then use that feedback to get yourself prepared for the next interview. I think that's it. That's the magic there. Like I told you, in my case, I've gone for, I can't even count, a couple of interviews, and at the point I was so ashamed of myself. I was like, oh my God, Blessing, is it that you are not just brilliant? Is it that you are dumb? Why are you not just getting this job? But I got to realize that sometimes it could be maybe they got so many people applying for that same role, and then you did not do well enough. Yeah. And it could also be because that job was not destined for you. Like I told you guys, the jobs I had applied for previously, they were lower grades. What God does is perfect. Just keep calm, continue with your application, work on your supporting information, and trust me, it will happen. And when it happens, don't forget to come back here. This video will always be here. So don't forget to come back here and let us know how it went. Thank you again for watching, and I remain Blessing, a Mozozo of Blessed Blessing channel. Thank you. Bye.
I know you got all dressed up for the club.